Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to do something that I feel like I always do every single time I record a video, and it is plant chores and plant updates. Again, I feel like I always, and I mean always, do plant updates like every single video, but I don't know, I really enjoy doing it just because I can show you some things that I've done off camera, because I tend to do a lot of planty things off camera. Like, I repotted a lot of plants, and I know I really need to start recording stuff like that, but you know, it is okay if I don't record it. So, but yeah, let's start with the first update. A good update is that I finally got some, I think you guys have already seen them, or I've talked about them, but I finally gotten some white grow lights, and let me close my door. Also, I have my dogs in here, so if you hear them playing, that's yeah. And then the other one is down here. So that's the first little update, and it's an update that I'm so happy for, because if you did not know, before I had these pink grow lights, and I don't know, I am really just not a big fan of them whatsoever. Like I was talking about, I feel like I've talked about these grow lights so many times, but they were just way too pink, and I feel like my room is just not, I really don't like when a room is super colorful. So yeah, but that is the first plant update. So the second plant update that I do have is I finally got a cutting of this polka dot begonia, or begonia immaculata, I think it is. Or the person that I got it from also called it a prayer begonia. I don't know if that's true, but I just call it polka dot begonia. But yeah, so I got a cutting of it. I think these are new. I believe those are all new leaves. But this thing was huge. I don't have any photos of it, but it was huge. And it's actually my friend's mom's begonia. And when I'm telling you, each leaf was like this big, like huge. And it lives outside, and if you did not know, my climate, I believe, is like 9B, I think. I don't know. But it's very hot. And like today's supposed to be 105. So I don't know if she brings in her houseplants from outside. But yeah, that, I was very impressed. I mean, like, I have a couple of houseplants outside, but they're not as big as this one. And yeah, the leaves were even bigger, like bigger than this one. So I just took one cutting, and I'm going to root it in water, and if it rots and it does not root, I'm going to be so sad, just because I love begonias. I've been really into begonias lately. I'm trying to think if I have any other begonias besides this begonia. I don't think so, but I used to have a lot of different kinds of begonias when I used to be really into more collecting plants. But yeah, I am just in love with this begonia, and it's probably one of my favorite plants. I don't know if you've ever seen those like memes on like TikTok or Instagram where they're always talking about like, you know, you're like a stalker to your plants, and you like you're a creep to your plants because you like always look at them and you always admire them. I am always like that with my plants. Like, for instance, this pothos, it is just a normal golden pothos. I'm trying to find, here's a leaf that has some golden on it. But it is putting up this new leaf, and this is also a new leaf, and I don't know how to explain how happy I am. Now, I know people might be like, that is just a normal pothos, like it's nothing really that crazy, but for me it is, because I really, really love like pothos, like just regular pothos. I don't know, they're beautiful, and they're one of my favorite vining plants besides my philodendron micans. And I don't know, I really love it, and I'm very, very happy that it is finally growing. Another planty update is this bromeliad. So I will put a photo of what it looked like before. I had it mounted on a piece of wood on my wall, and the reason is because these used to live outside. All of my bromeliads used to live outside, and excuse me. So when I found out that bromeliads actually do terrible outside, especially in very harsh heat, they can live up to, I think they can only live up to like, I think I read 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is getting into the hundreds. Also, my grandpa's right there. I feel like every single video my grandpa's in my videos, but yes, if you hear him, that is who he is. But so it was mounted on a piece of wood, and it was mounted in a way that, or an angle that is not really the best for for bromeliads, it was basically like, this was like facing outwards, and they're supposed to be facing this way just because the water, they need water in their leaves, or in this little crevice right here, to grow. So yeah, and obviously if it's hanging like that, it's not going to be able to do that. So I just decided to pot it up in this pot that I do have, and put a little lava rock in there and some moss. It is very dry. This is going to be one of the plants we're going to be watering today. But yeah, I really like it. I don't know. It's not the best looking one, but you know, it's going to have to do for now. So now we have this one. I believe this is an alocasia. I don't know. I always forget the name of this one. And yeah, we're gonna have to water it today. I did not know, because this was before it was actually in it was in water, and it didn't have a lot of roots, but it did have some roots. Comes to find out, you can not just put a plant that only has a couple roots into a pot and just let it dry out. You have to keep on watering it for it to kind of, you know, get used to being in dry soil. So that's why it kind of looks a little droopy. But there's a new leaf coming in. It's kind of hard to see, but this right here is a new leaf coming in, so that's good. But I was afraid for a second, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like this plant is literally gonna die. No, it's probably not gonna die. It just needs a little water, so that's gonna be another plant that we are going to be watering. So you guys can see yourself right there. But so I don't really think I ever talk about my terrariums. I have 2 terrariums. One of them is mostly just for isopods, because I am a big fan of isopods. I will put a photo of what an isopod looks like. They are super cute, super duper cute. And so that one is outside, and that one's just more also for growing moss, because I've been really trying to grow moss for about a month now. But this one that I do have, it's okay. If you want to fast forward, because I know people that own a lot of terrariums are probably going to be very mad, because it is not clean. It is algae filled, because it used to live in very harsh sun. So just to let you know. So this is it. There's a not a heartleaf philodendron. I always want to call these heartleaf philodendron. There is a variegated string of hearts that is literally grown so well in here. And what's funny though, I believe string of hearts are succulents too. And just the way that they grow in these environments better than they would outside in harsh heat is just so fascinating to me. But yeah, it is growing really well, and there is some moss. The light is not doing it justice, but there is some moss that I did pick from the ground back in I think it was February, because around here, like usually November all the way to March, moss grows like weeds around here. And so yeah, I know it definitely does not look the best, but it is definitely a little more harder to clean just because it's such a tiny little glass or little enclosure. But you know what? I'm just gonna let her be. So this one's not really much of a plant update, but it is more just kind of like, I've been really into flower arrangements this year a lot. I don't know why, but I will put a photo of one that that I worked on. And then I also have another one that is behind the camera. And I don't know why, but I bought all these flower frogs, and I just got one for my aunt that is a vintage flower frog. And I just been so into them. But when I was at therapy yesterday, because I go to therapy, she had these beautiful blue flowers. And when I tell you, I was like, okay, I need that. I asked her, of course, if I can take them, but she had these like hydrangea. They definitely looked a little more fuller. They honestly, like, they are dying and wilting really fast. They're literally just like hydrangeas, but they look like a mini version of a hydrangea, and I really love that. And they were huge. Like, I don't have no photos, but like they were huge. And then I put some of this, I'm trying to think, I guess some of it was on there. I'm trying to think of what this is called. I don't know, but yeah, very neat. And it's just in this blue vase, and yeah, I really, really like it. I think it looks really, really good. Okay, so before we go outside and before we start doing our plant chores, because there's a lot of plant chores we have to do, I really wanted to do this little craft with you guys because I've been really into, you know what, let me go get it. I'll be right back. Okay, so like I was saying, I've been really into framing lately, and if you did not know, I'm an artist. I work on mostly all mediums. Like I work with acrylic paint, I've been really into highlighter art for some reason lately. Usually that's just more like sketches that I do during school when I have a lot of highlighters, but I've been really into it lately. And I did this little art piece. It's a little person, and I just found it on Pinterest, and I just been really into like art that does not look finished. And I don't know why I've been really into it, but I really have been. So I framed this one yesterday. I love how it kind of matches what I'm wearing. And I loved it so much. I was like, when I record tomorrow, because I like to plan out my recordings, when I record tomorrow, I have to do one of these. So I wanted to do one with you guys. So it's kind of like it's gonna be like a crafty video, I guess now. Yeah, but I really, really love it. And I found this wallpaper in my drawers. Never knew that I had this wallpaper, and I loved it. And so I was like, you know what? I really want to. My dogs are barking, but I really wanted to do one with you guys. I really wanted to frame one with you guys. So I am back. I had to prepare a couple of things before we start this because, you know, I want to make it look fun. I don't want to make it, sorry, my vocabulary, something else. I want to make it fun, okay, and aesthetic, when sometimes it's not. But especially if you were up at 10:30 o'clock last night putting that one together. But anyway, so this is the frame I'm using. It's literally just a Dollar Tree frame. And I have this piece that I painted in here. It's some irises. Don't get me wrong, I love this piece. I'm really proud of the piece, but I feel like where the area of my room is going, I feel like there's already so much green in there, not from plants, but from artwork that I do have. And I just don't really like when one color is like all together. Actually, besides if it's like white, black, or even like blue or brown, just like more neutral colors and blue are kind of, I'm okay with, but when it's really like, when it's like green or like a very bright green, that's when you know. Also, that's the flower arrangement I was talking about earlier. And then that one up there. You're right next to the table. Anyways, but let's get started. So I did take off the thing, so it's just glass now. And then this is the piece all together. Very beautiful. So the piece I really wanted to put in there is this one. I found it on Pinterest. I tend to get a lot of my inspiration from Pinterest. And so this is like a cologne bottle, and this is a watch. And yeah, it's very cute. Really love it. And then I also made this background, which is just stripes. And I know it does not look perfect, but like I was saying, I am really just into art right now that does not look perfect, and that doesn't have to look perfect, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to trace this piece on here so I can get the exact measurements. So when I put it in here, it looks good. So, and of course, second I'm recording, everybody has to talk. I think my grandparents have someone over right now. But one thing I'm not a big fan of in arts is I'm not really much of a crafty person. And if you've seen my room, you would think that, you would think that I really like crafts, just because my room looks very sometimes it looks very DIY and it looks very crafty. But I'm not a big fan of, like, I would say one thing that I've always just disliked in art class and now is cutting, like scissors. Like, I am not the best cutter with scissors, as you can tell. It's kind of off a little bit, but yeah, that's definitely one thing I'm not a big fan of. So we got the exact measurement. So now, boom. Now we got a background. So it's basically just going to go on there, but I feel like I'm so far away from the camera. Also, another good thing is that later, probably like next video or so, I'll actually have a mic, which I am so happy. But I don't know, I've been asking my dad and he doesn't know where his mic is, because my parents used to have a YouTube channel, if you did not know. But they still do, but they just don't really post on it that much. So I'll put their YouTube in the description. So if you guys want to go watch farm videos, you guys can. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to tape the back of this, because if we just put it on this, just boom, it's going to slide around. And I don't want to keep on going inside the frame to do that. So you just get a little itty bitty piece of tape and you just, roll it. So you just got a circle and you just tape it onto the piece of paper. Try to make it like, in the middle. It's okay if it's not. And you just put it on there. I don't know if it's definitely not in the middle, but so yeah, that's basically, it's kind of crooked. Let's try to redo it. Okay. And all you do now is that you just put it in a frame where that's facing that. You put the backing back on. Just clip all the clippings in. And boom. I would definitely, okay, now looking at it, I would definitely never use this frame for like something like this. I don't know why I use this blue, but yeah, I really like it. It's really cute. I feel like it looks just very clean. and it doesn't look like too much, and I really, really love it. All right, so usually what I use to water my plants, I just use this vintage, what are these called? Like a teapot, and it has little strawberries on it. And so yeah, but the first plant that we're going to do or water is this one. So yeah, we're gonna water that one. I feel like every time I water a plant, oh, you guys can't really see it. It's now taking water, but I feel like every single time I water a plant on camera, it just is hydrophobic now. Like sometimes I get so embarrassed because like, I don't know. Yeah. And of course I had to get water everywhere when I water them too. So yeah. Very exciting, very exciting. So the next plant I'm going to water is my geranium. It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while since you guys have seen this geranium. The last time that I showed it to you guys was on my first video when I was talking about my favorite plants. All right, so now I'm going to take the plants that I'm gonna water in here that just don't have drainage hole or drainage saucers, or I just like to water them outside. I'm gonna bring them outside, so I will see you when we're outside. Bye. All right, we are now outside. As you can hear, the chickens, yay. So it is already hot, like I'm already so hot, but yeah. So anyways, but we are gonna start watering just because I walked out here and I am completely shocked how my marigolds are acting. Like I'm gonna try to get them. So these are my marigolds. Like I cannot believe how bad they grew. Okay, so the next one we're gonna be watering is our bromeliads. And I usually use a mist setting on these ones. Here, get you guys a little closer so you guys can actually see them. So these are my bromeliads, the ones that were hanging in my room. And all I do is I just mist them down really well. Yeah, it's very easy. I just really love doing mists. And then I also, down here, I have some of my succulents. And then I also do have my other bromeliad. Fill up a little reservoir. And yeah, that's pretty much all for the bromeliads. And then while we're here, I guess we can also water these plants. So another plant update. This is kind of also going to be mixed in with plant updates, I guess. And this time also, this is what I mean with chickens. These are our chickens right here. So yeah, very fun. So my Codex. It's also been a long time since you guys have seen my Codex. And yeah, this is all new growth. I don't know what is going on, but I believe it is going through its dormancy, I think, because I believe most Codex go through a summer dormance. I don't know for sure, but yeah, I think that is like crazy. Like that's a lot of growth. Also, they are working on my grandparents' house, which is very fun. Yeah, that's pretty much all the plant updates. So yeah, but let's get to watering these plants. Ever since the little accident that I did have with, I found out that I was actually rotting. And I found out that I was actually rotting most of my succulents because I was watering them way too much. It's been a month since I watered my succulents last, just because I was just like, that was so traumatizing, like, for me and my plants, just because, like, that's, like, crazy. Also, I love the background noise, don't you guys? So, yeah, but it was very traumatizing for me, just because I was like, I lost so much succulents on just that day, and I was like, okay, I'm never gonna water these succulents again. But thank God I do have a calendar now on my phone, this like cute calendar that I got, and so now I can remember when to water my succulents. So we're also going to water this zinnia, this huge zinnia. Yeah, it's wilting a lot, and it only really wilts when it needs water. Also, sorry if you guys cannot hear me like at all. I cannot wait. I don't think you know how excited I am to finally get a mic. Like, I am so excited. So anyways, but we're also gonna water my string of hearts that are right here, and then my Easter cactus as well. So yeah, very fun. So as I am getting glare in the eye with sun, also, it is, I don't even know how to explain how hot it is right now. It's supposed to be 105, like I was saying, and it feels like it's already 95. It is so hot. Anyways, so this plant was not originally mine. This was my friend's, again, Charity. I feel like I always mention her, but so this is, I'm not gonna be keeping this plant. This is just until I meet her up again. So she had this plant. I don't have a photo of it, but she had this plant that was struggling, and it was this plant. And basically the pot broke. It was in a very small terracotta pot, and the pot broke, and let's just say it really was not the best. And so what I had to do was, she asked me if I could, I actually just kind of like told her, I was like, I can just take it, and then next time I see you, I can just bring you back to plant. And yeah, I really like it. I put some top dressing, some sand top dressing. So Charity, if you're watching this, which hopefully you are, here's your plant. It is doing really well. It is just living over here. It gets like 5 hours of morning sun, and yeah, it is really loving it, and I'm really loving it too. So, but yeah, I really love it. Definitely one of my favorite succulents that I do have right now. So as my plants have been blooming a lot, like my marigolds, my sunflowers, my zinnias, they're all blooming. So I was thinking about to attract more bees, which we're not really having a lot of bees right now just because it's been so hot. So instead, I can't really say instead, but what I've been doing to kind of attract some of them, I believe I have like 2 bees. I think I have a photo of them, so I will put a photo. But I made this little drinking station for them, which just has some rocks and then I need to fill it up with some water right now. But yeah, it is really nice. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm like a beekeeper that only keeps 2 bees. But it is really cute, and I really love seeing the bees when I see them. So you guys can kind of see the reflection of me down there, but this looks very familiar. These are the plants that we planted for our garden. If you guys cannot see the plants, I'm so sorry. This place always gets full sun. So down here, I don't think you guys can see anything, but down here are cucumbers. Then these 2 are sweet bell peppers. I hope you guys heard me. And then let me bring you guys down here. These 2 that are right here are squash. So, but I'm going to water them just because they have not been watered in a couple days. So enjoy the satisfying, I don't know if it's gonna be super satisfying, but yeah, I'm gonna water them. So I thought this would be more satisfying. Come to find out, it really isn't that satisfying. So yeah, but just enjoy the minutes of me watering. All right, well, this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for coming along. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of like all over the place. I feel like, we were doing crafts, and for some reason then we're now doing, plant updates. Now we're doing plant chores. But yeah, that's usually how it goes most of the time. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And if you love planty content, vlog content, everyday content, please give me a follow or subscribe to my channel. You don't have to, but if you want to. So yeah, but I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.